Hi, this is Seth Packham. I'm with the Jazz.net website. I'm here in Orlando, Florida with the Rational Software Conference 2009, and I'm with Jean-Michel Lemieux. He's a development manager for Rational Team Concert and the architect for the source control component. So, Jean, tell me a little bit about what you've been up to at conference this year.
It's been a great conference. I think what's been my highlight this week has really been seeing all the people who've actually been out there and deployed Team Concert, getting experience reports, realizing how quickly people are really adopting it and deploying it in their organizations. We just had a couple presentations today about some complete Visual Studio shops who've been deploying RTC, loving the fact that you can suspend 3-4 change sets. They were commenting on how they were really able to address fixing bugs in previous releases, which is something I blogged about a lot. I'm just wondering if someone was actually going to do it in the wild. So it was great to see that, and some of the stuff that we really, we designed in Team Concert for a while, knowing that they would benefit us quite a bit, and seeing other people use it day to day and give us some feedback was great. Yeah. And then, seeing people who realizing that Team Concert, all the agile planning too, and a lot of people are really looking for that end-to-end solution. It's just really not about that source control anymore. It's about planning. We want to figure out how to cut costs, but then make sure we have good transparency in our planning. So realizing that some of these things that we experience ourselves on our own development teams are some of these pain points that other people are having as well. So it's been great talking to people. I think that's what this conference is all about. So
cool. Well, you mentioned blogging. I know you've been blogging a lot on Jazz.net.
Yeah.
And so it seems like you're focusing your blogs towards dispelling some myths about Rational Team Concert. Have you been doing a little bit of that?
Yeah, well, what I'm doing a lot is just when I talk to people, I think it's a good idea to kind of capture that somewhere and make sure that other people can kind of learn from the experiences. So the blogs aren't necessarily super entertaining, but they're a bit more informative, So and that's pretty what I've been doing, getting off the phone with customers or with people using it, and I write some notes down and say, more people should know about this. So in a way, the blogs are helping me, not having to repeat it to a lot of people. Right. I can kind of get the word out a lot more. So
what are some of those things you've been addressing, some of the myths?
So some of the myths. Well, the first one that there's a lot of blog entries recently is about the amount of users you can run on Team Concert. So we're fairly conservative in 1.0, and we really, we said it's for small agile teams, 250 users. So we broke that myth now, and it's really, we have our test lab set up. We're hitting a 2,000 developer mark, realizing we can really run contributors, so those people are opening work items, and a bit like we have on Jazz.net, where we have really 30,000 people who have been registered on Jazz.net, who are giving us feedback, participating, opening work items, and at that point, we can really handle a lot of people in your community. So that's a big myth that we're here to dispel this week, is that RTC really is enterprise ready. We've got some cool stuff there. The other myth too is that it's just an SCM system, or it's going to replace some of the other Rational tools, and it's really not. We've come out with some really good technology to try and bring some of the collaborative environment into some of the other Rational products. We've got really good integrations with Rational Requirements Composer, some ClearCase Bridge, so you can do some agile development with planning, some of the Scrum stuff with ClearCase. There's a CQ bridge, so some of the myths about the fact that RTC is something that that you have to use by itself. It's actually reaching out. We have a lot of good connector and bridge technology.
Cool. So what are some of the top features you're excited about for Rational Team Concert 2.0 that's coming out at the end of June? Yeah, so the planning stuff is really cool. So we realized that some of the agile planning, if you read some of the documentation or some of the books, sometimes you have a hard time putting it into practice, because we always talk about small teams and teams of 5 or 7 and do their backlog. But as we've been using Team Concert ourselves, we had a couple of pain points with planning, where we've got a pretty substantial team. There's 80 or so developers, and we have to start doing more hierarchical planning. So we have very agile Scrum-based teams, and we have to do Scrums of Scrum. So a lot of the planning we have in 2.0 is really helping you bring that visibility into some of your larger development teams who are either doing agile or doing some of the other waterfall process, et cetera, but have different type of planning. Is really cool. Again, the scalability enterprise features are really great. Unlimited file size, performance over the WAN has been greatly improved as well. We have a lot more agile templates or reporting templates. We've added, I think we had 50 some in 1.0, now we've got 74 reports running. We've added, I'm trying to remember, Visual Studio Client now has build support, so you can actually do all your build management within the Visual Studio Client. So yeah, tons of great features. We're really excited about it too. Cool, that's exciting. Well, thanks, Jean-Michel. Thanks for being with me.
Glad to be here. Thanks.
It's good to see you.